Welcome to the channel. Today we're tackling a real-world problem: redeeming old paper U.S. savings bonds without getting stuck in online red tape. We'll break down why the official portal can slow you down, and more importantly, we'll show you the fastest path to cash in your bonds with minimal hassle. To smoothly begin, let's outline what we'll cover today. Here's today's roadmap. First, we'll explain why online redemption often stalls. Next, we'll uncover the hidden banking conflict that causes many accounts to be rejected. We'll give you the fastest path to cash out. After that, we'll compare credit unions and national banks. We'll also cover the importance of medallion signature guarantees. To make this crystal clear, we'll visualize the process with a flowchart, a timeline, and a mind map. We'll wrap up with a quick checklist and a short quiz. With that said, let's start by understanding the core problem. The reality is that many users trying to update direct deposit information on TreasuryDirect encounter account rejections. This happens frequently with brokerage-linked cash accounts or certain online-only institutions that the system flags as insufficiently integrated into the national banking system. The result is a frustrating loop of opening temporary traditional bank accounts and dealing with paper forms, which can extend your wait substantially. Now that we see the problem, let's examine the hidden banking conflict behind these rejections. Under the hood, TreasuryDirect relies on legacy validation rails. Those rails work reliably with long-established banks, but can produce false negatives for modern brokerage-linked or online accounts. When these false negatives happen, the system may require manual verification, which often means mailing forms, verifying signatures, and waiting for processing. Consequently, many people resort to opening a temporary account at a traditional bank to pass the validation checks. With that context, let's move to a controversial but practical insight. Skip the digital delays when you need speed. Relying solely on the online portal can push your timeline into the 4 to 6 week range or longer, particularly if you trigger any forms that must be printed and mailed in. Changes to your address or bank verification requirements can further slow the process. If you have urgent cash needs, this delay is simply not acceptable. Therefore, let's pivot to the fastest and most reliable approach when you have physical paper bonds: in-person redemption. Here's the practical playbook. First, gather your physical paper savings bonds and a government-issued ID. Next, visit a local credit union. Credit unions are often the fastest and most accommodating for bond redemption. If you don't have an account that the system accepts, consider opening a traditional fee-free bank account primarily for the purpose of depositing proceeds. Additionally, confirm whether the institution offers a medallion signature guarantee, especially if your case involves complex ownership or address issues that require treasury processing. Following these steps, you should see funds deposited in days rather than weeks. Now, to refine your choice of institution, let's compare credit unions and national banks. Credit unions often shine for speed and service. Their member-focused approach and local decision-making can translate into shorter processing times and more flexibility. On the other hand, national banks are widely recognized by federal systems, which may help if you need to open a temporary account to meet validation requirements. If you go that route, choose an account with no monthly fees and low or no minimums. With your institution choice clearer, let's address a special requirement that can be pivotal in complex cases: the medallion signature guarantee. A medallion signature guarantee is a specific type of verification used frequently for securities-related transactions, which can include certain savings bond actions handled directly with the Treasury. You may need it if you have complex ownership situations, name or address changes, or if you must deal directly with the Treasury. Not all institutions, especially non-traditional banks, offer this service. Therefore, call ahead and confirm availability to avoid unnecessary trips. To make this even clearer, let's visualize the fastest route with a simple flowchart. This flowchart begins with a simple question: do you have physical paper bonds? If you do, proceed to a local credit union with your identification. If the credit union redeems bonds, you deposit proceeds and finish within days. If the credit union does not redeem or you encounter a roadblock, move to a traditional national bank. Open a fee-free account if necessary, complete the redemption, and deposit the funds. If you do not have physical paper bonds and must use TreasuryDirect, be prepared for a potential wait of 4 to 6 weeks or more if forms are required. This chart underscores the core message: physical, in-person redemption is typically the fastest route. Next, let's compare the actual timeframes with a timeline. This timeline contrasts 3 common scenarios. First, physical redemption at a credit union typically results in funds within 1 to 5 business days. Second, physical redemption at a national bank may take 2 to 7 business days depending on internal processing. Third, relying on TreasuryDirect when mailed forms are required can extend to 4 to 6 weeks or more. Seeing the durations side by side highlights the time advantage of in-person redemption. To help you select your next action, let's map decisions with a quick mind map. The mind map centers on the goal: redeem savings bonds. If you have paper bonds, the recommended path is to visit a credit union to redeem and deposit. If you lack paper bonds and must go digital, anticipate the possibility of mailed forms and extended processing. If your situation involves complex ownership or address changes, plan for a medallion signature guarantee and call ahead. If your current account is rejected, open a fee-free national bank account to facilitate redemption and close it once done. Now that the pathways are clear, let's move to a quick, actionable checklist to prepare for your visit. Before visiting, assemble a government ID and your paper bonds. Have your Social Security number or EIN ready for forms. Decide where you want the funds deposited and bring those account details. Using an account at the same institution can speed things up. If your case involves ownership or address changes, call ahead to confirm a medallion signature guarantee is available. Finally, check for fees or policy quirks, and if you need to open a new account, select a zero fee or low minimum option. With preparation done, let's engage with a quick quiz to solidify the plan. Question: what is the fastest, most reliable way to cash out decades-old paper savings bonds when you need funds quickly? Options: A. Use TreasuryDirect only, even if forms require mailing. B. Redeem in person at a local credit union or national bank. Wait for mail-in forms to process before visiting any bank. D. Open a brokerage account and try again online. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to redeem in person at a local credit union or national bank. Physical redemption usually results in funds within days, while mailed form workflows through the online portal can extend for weeks. With that confirmed, let's try one more quick question. Question: when do you typically need a medallion signature guarantee? Options: A. For every savings bond redemption. B. Only for complex cases like ownership or address changes handled with the Treasury. C. Never regular signatures are always sufficient. D. Only when closing a credit card account. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is that a medallion signature guarantee is generally required for complex cases like ownership or address changes handled directly with the Treasury. It is not necessary for every redemption. Now that you've nailed the essentials, let's highlight the key takeaways. Here is a concise reference you can screenshot or jot down. First, gather your paper bonds and a government-issued ID. Second, go to a local credit union. Third, if the credit union does not redeem or cannot assist, try a national bank and open a fee-free account if needed. Fourth, ask whether the institution offers a medallion signature guarantee if your case involves complex ownership or address issues. Finally, deposit your funds and expect availability in days. With the cheat sheet in hand, let's capture the core points. The main takeaways are straightforward. Online-only paths can extend timelines significantly if mailed forms are triggered. Physical redemption at a credit union or national bank is typically the fastest route. Bring identification and your bonds, and confirm medallion signature guarantee availability for complex scenarios. If your current account is rejected, a fee-free traditional bank account can smooth validation. Ultimately, choose convenience over complexity to access your funds sooner. With that, let's wrap up the session. To conclude, identify a nearby credit union or national bank and call ahead to confirm their redemption policies and whether they offer a medallion signature guarantee. Prepare your documents and deposit details in advance. With this approach, you should expect funds in days rather than weeks. Before we finish, a brief but important disclaimer. Disclaimer: this content is educational and does not constitute legal, tax, or financial advice. Institutional policies and timelines can vary by location and over time. Always confirm requirements with your financial institution and consult qualified professionals for guidance tailored to your situation. With that noted, let's close with a quick thank you and a request to support the channel. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you cut through the red tape, Please like the video, share it with someone who needs faster access to their funds, and subscribe for more practical finance guides. In the comments, tell us your savings bond redemption story and what worked best for you. Your insights can help others make smarter, faster choices.